Have you ever imagined what happens in heaven? The Bible gives us glimpses of a fascinating reality, the divine council. Imagine a grand courtroom, but instead of judges, it's God presiding over a council of heavenly beings. This is the divine council, a concept woven throughout the Old Testament. This council isn't just a random gathering, it's where God interacts with spiritual beings, making decisions and carrying out his plans. It challenges the idea of God acting alone, showing us a God who works through others. Think of it like a king and his advisors. The king has ultimate authority, but he seeks counsel and delegates tasks to his trusted advisors. Similarly, God, the ultimate king, interacts with the divine council in matters of the universe. Understanding the divine council opens up a new dimension to our understanding of God's interaction with the world and our place in it. The idea of the divine council isn't just speculation, it's rooted in Scripture. Numerous verses hint at this heavenly council. One example is in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, where God says, "Let us make man in our image." Who is the US God is referring to? This suggests a plurality in the Godhead and hints at the presence of other beings involved in creation. Another compelling instance is found in Job chapter 1, verses 6 to 12, where the sons of God present themselves before the Lord. Here we see God interacting with a group of heavenly beings discussing matters of the earth, including Job's faithfulness. Psalm 82 verse 1 asks, "God is enthroned in the assembly of the holy ones. He judges among the gods." This verse clearly depicts God presiding over a council of divine beings. These verses, among others, paint a picture of a God who is not alone, but interacts with a council in his divine activities. You might be thinking, this divine council sounds interesting, but why should I care? Well, understanding the divine council isn't just an academic exercise, it has real implications for our faith today. Firstly, it gives us a greater appreciation for God's majesty and power. He's not just powerful, he's powerful enough to delegate authority and work through others. Secondly, it helps us understand the spiritual realm better. We realize there's a whole unseen world out there, with spiritual beings influencing events. Lastly, it reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles. God is working through his counsel, even when we can't see it, to accomplish his purposes. So while the divine counsel might seem like an ancient concept, it offers valuable insights into God, the spiritual world, and our place in it. Section 4, Angels and Us, our place in the divine drama. The divine counsel also sheds light on the role of angels in God's plan. Often portrayed as messengers, angels are more than just deliverers of divine telegrams. They are active participants in the divine council, carrying out God's will and even influencing events on earth. Understanding this adds a new dimension to our prayers and interactions with the spiritual realm. Moreover, it reminds us that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. We are caught up in a cosmic drama, a battle between good and evil, with God and his counsel on our side. This realization can be both humbling and empowering. It humbles us to know that we are not the center of the universe, while it empowers us to live boldly, knowing that the God of the universe, with his mighty counsel, is on our side. Section 5, Conclusion, Living with an Eternal Perspective. The concept of the divine council might seem like a distant theological idea, but it has profound implications for how we live our lives. It reminds us that we are part of a much larger story, a cosmic drama unfolding under the watchful eye of a God who is both majestic and personal. As we understand the divine council, our perspective shifts. We begin to see the world not just through the lens of our limited understanding, but through the lens of eternity, recognizing the unseen forces at work and the God who orchestrates it all. This knowledge should inspire us to live with greater purpose, humility and confidence, knowing that we serve a God who is both intimately involved in our lives and reigns supreme over all creation.